We are going to talk about network marketing, and I'm very excited to have Janelle here because she is my mentor, and I've been in this business with her for the past 4 years. And under her leadership, I've been able to replace my full-time income and just have more freedom in my life. And we want to kind of just dispel some of the myths and misconceptions about what network marketing is in general, and just talk about it as an actual legitimate business structure. So with that, I'm going to introduce Janelle. And she's going to tell us a little bit about her background, how she got involved in network marketing, and how she was skeptical too. So go ahead, Janelle.
Barbara, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who stayed tuned while we figured out the technical glitches. And we're going to blame Facebook on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So Barbara, thank you so much for that introduction. And you're such a great leader on this team. And I'm just so proud of what you've done and the path that you're paving for others. It's amazing. So yeah, how I got into this. Well, definitely was never something I would expect to have gotten into. I took the traditional career path of, going to get my degree, and got my degree in business management, human resources management, actually, to be specific. And, went on and started my corporate career. And that's just the way I thought that's what you do, right? You go on to college. And I had been in HR for over 13 years. And, I did not hate my job whatsoever, but, there was always that something's missing, something, I just don't feel fulfilled. And I just always felt like I could do more. And plus, being that I was and am a mom and a wife, I always just felt like, gosh, I spend so much time at work. I spend so much time in front of spreadsheets. My position in HR was compensation analysis. And also I became the senior compensation analyst for Domino's Pizza headquarters, Domino's Pizza. And I was also at one point their HRIS analyst. And so a lot of time just analyzing things and spreadsheets, and I love that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I had this feeling like I was missing something and spending way too much time at work and not enough time with my son. And that really, at one point, just brought me to tears. As was at a conference at one point, and they showed this video, and I was just brought to tears. I thought, what am I doing? And so it was around that time that I heard about this business, and I was so skeptical. I did not think that, hold on, let me turn off my phone. I can hear it's going off here. I was so skeptical. I thought, okay, that's great that it's about fitness. And the reason I was told about it is because it's about fitness. And I thought, yes, of course I'm into fitness. Fitness has been my side passion since I was about 14 years old. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's great. And health and fitness, that's all been a passion of mine because it's something that I struggled with as a teenager. That's why it became my passion. And that's a whole other story in and of itself. But I needed to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. So it was a big part of my history. So when I heard about this business, I was like, I'm an introvert. The analyst is not the social butterfly. I'm not. I'm an introvert, and I'm okay with that. But I just thought, okay, a business like this is for someone that's that social butterfly. It's the person that likes to network and knows everyone in town and talks to everyone, at the grocery store and the coffee shop, and is this really big bubbly personality. And I just thought everything that seems like a network marketer should be was not me. Also, I thought, okay, obviously, in my opinion at that time, my uneducated opinion, I was like, obviously it's all about just pushing products and sales. And that's not me. Like, I'm that girl who, when I walk in to buy a car or whatever, I'm like, leave me alone. Like, I want to look on my own. Like, I don't want to be sold to. No one likes to be sold to. And so I certainly didn't know any like sales tactics, and I didn't want to be a salesperson because I thought that's what it was about. I just didn't get it. And so I fully understand when people have that perception that that's what this is, because I had that perception myself. And until I really started to learn more through, videos like this, and I realized that, oh, that's not what it's about. That's totally not what it's about. And as I started to learn more, I just realized this is exactly what I need in my life. And this is a legitimate business. And because I'm an analyst, and so is my husband, he's a finance major and his job was a financial analyst. We looked at it from a business perspective and a numbers perspective and a people perspective and what we want in our lives perspective and what we wanted for our son. And this was a way to do well by doing good.
Yeah.
By doing good for others. And we thought, why wouldn't we do that? And so, once I educated myself, I was all in.
Well, and that's the other thing. I think a lot of people just have this old school thought that, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. I mean, even now when I talk to people about it, they think, well, you make money off of other people, and you make that person who gets in first is the one who does well in it. And you can only do well if you're at the top of this. And it's just so not the way it works. I mean, now I'm not saying that I would ever do this, but I could technically make more money than you.
Absolutely.
At any point in time. That's the way it works. Everybody comes in on equal footing. And if people actually just stopped and took a look at the business model from a business perspective, I mean, I was listening the other day and they said network marketing is the highest grossing industry right now. It's higher than the movies. It's higher than the NFL. It's at almost $200 billion a year.
That's amazing.
And not just Beachbody, like all the network marketing. So people are getting involved in it. And there are several people that are successful at it if they look at it as a business model, and if they're motivated and if they can see how they can even implement it, even if they're currently a small business owner. So what do you say to that skeptical gym owner or that skeptical small business owner or just the person in general who just has this idea of a pyramid? Like, could you explain how it actually works in terms of duplication?
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Barbara, that people have that perception. And honestly, I don't know the compensation structures of other network marketing companies. I have not studied them. I studied Beachbody's compensation structure, and I understood it, and my husband understood it. And so you can have all the opinions from other people and experiences from other people that you want, but the facts were right there. The facts were, this is how the commissions are calculated. This is how the team bonus is calculated. And it's truly based on how well you help develop others in their fitness and in their business. You're not making money off of anyone. It's a fact. It's a fact of the numbers. Like you can't even argue it. People that say that, I understand why they say that, because I might have said something like that prior to understanding it as well, because that's what you hear. That's the old school thinking. I mean, it's a fact. I'm not a founder in this business. I'm not at the top. I started a good year and a half after this business opportunity became a thing. Mm-hmm. So explain that, I make a lot more than some of these founding coaches. I dare to say maybe all of them. I don't know, but
well, you were the top earner. I think, was it last year or 2 years ago?
I'm like the top first or second top earner. I don't ask because I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy, and so I'm not about the money. And so, but I think it's a good point, you know what I mean? Because I think people do think, okay, just the people at the top are the ones that make money, and it's just not true. Maybe it is for some other network marketing company, not for this.
What's awesome is that, when you do stay in it, you realize how it works in terms of volume and everything. And I've acquired just being on your team, like on that one side of my organization, I have over 1 million points still on that side because we're a team and we share the points. And, all I need to do is build up my part of the organization, my weaker side. So you're helping me and I'm helping you at the same time. So it really is a team effort and it's a team bonus structure. So in terms of like trainings and everything, I love our team because I feel like we all share everything that works for us, and we also like are mentored throughout the entire process. And that's what I really loved, is that everything is set out step by step. And if you actually implement, and if you're working on yourself and you have that courage to actually go out and implement what you learn, you can be successful at it. But you have to, what are some of the daily things that you did in the beginning to get your business started? And what do you think are the qualities that people need to have to do it?
Well, I think one of the most important things is that you have to be in the right frame of mind. And when I started, one thing that I did a lot of that I'd never done in the past was a lot of personal development. I read books from Brian Tracy. I read Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I read and listened to a lot of personal development because you have to train your brain for success. You have to believe that you can you can reach people across the country, people for our business in Canada and in the United Kingdom. I mean, you have to believe that you, via social media, you can reach thousands of people that are like you. And that's what we're trying to do, is build a network of people who are like-minded. And so the first things I did were to really dive into personal development and to really just start figuring out my message. I mean, I think for each one of us in a network marketing business, we need to make our business unique and think about our history. For me, what got me into fitness? What was that moment where I decided to become healthy and get stronger and get fitter and really embrace that, lifestyle. And so learning how to figure out what your message is, and we teach that, of course, but figuring out what your message is, what your purpose is with this business, and then using Beachbody as like your vehicle to get that message out there. Beachbody is not your brand. I'm not like this walking billboard of Beachbody. I'm not. I do other things. I run, I spin, I row, I do at-home workouts too, and I go to the gym too. There's lots of parts of me, and there's lots of parts of you, and there's lots of parts about everyone out there, and you have to figure out, what's my message? What do I want to get across to people? What is important to me? And start digging into that and building a network based on that. Maybe you're helping people with their IBS struggles. Maybe you're helping people with their hypothyroidism. Maybe you're helping people with who have had, eating disorders. And not to mean you're an expert in any of those areas, not at all. You're just, you're creating support groups and just getting in touch with like-minded people and helping each other and supporting each other. And so through all that, you're building this network and you're creating content that helps people that are like-minded with you. And so maybe you make a list of things like, maybe you're into decor, maybe you're into a certain breed of a dog, maybe you're into, something from your past that you struggled with. Like I said, maybe it was an eating disorder or an illness or an injury or a tragic event. Maybe you're into, cooking, whatever. And you make a list of these things and you put out valuable content that'll help those people. And before you know it, you're not looking for people. You're not trying to attack your friends and family, to be a part of this business. You're attracting people and you're just simply helping those people that want help. And yeah, some of them are going to want help in health and fitness, but it's never pushing or convincing. So those are the things that I did early on in my business, is just learn how to really, be connecting with people.
Right. Growing your network. How did you find time? Because I remember you saying you were working 60 or 70 hours a week,
Yeah.
and you're a mom and you're a wife. And how did you find time to do this and be consistent with it? What did you do?
Yeah, well, I'm naturally a very, very hard worker. I always have been, and I always take on too much. And so when I started this business, I was working my full-time job, plus I had taken on a secondary job. So I was working 60, 70 hours a week. I was working 7 days a week and being a mom and being a wife and trying to do it all, right? And it was very stressful. And so I was fitting in my Beachbody time early in the morning and late at night, and then on weekends. So I was just finding pockets of time, and I just found it so amazing that I could build my business from my phone. And that was everything to me, that I could do things from my phone, that I could post from my phone. I could respond to someone real quick from my phone. And now it's so great that we can just do a quick voice memo from our phone instead of having to text it. So I just found pockets of time. And yes, I ended up making a decision to take that secondary job off my plate so that I just had a full-time job. But still, finding those pockets of time was key.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just treating it like a business and getting help, like making that tough decision too. I know a lot of people who have families, they don't take the business decision, treat it like a business and say, okay, I need to hire somebody to help me, maybe with the pictures that I'm taking, or with getting my newsletter out if I'm doing a newsletter, or whatever it is, or even just to hire somebody to help you do work around the house, you know, so you can have that
Absolutely.
time to do your business. But I think you just need to really kind of be all in with it from day one, and then know that you're going to fail. I mean, you know, and I know, like, I've failed over and over, and you've been watching me climb and climb and climb for the last 4 years. And, you know, I don't think anybody is necessarily where they ever want to be. I think there's always a next goal and going higher. But when did you retire your job? And you said you retired Matt's job too. So how long did that take you? And what do you think was the key to doing that?
Well, Matt and I are very conservative, and we always have been. And so we did wait until, like, I waited to retire my position until I was making quite a bit more with my Beachbody business than I was in my full-time job. Just because I just wanted to make sure that that was the right decision. I mean, that was a very difficult decision, as I think it would be for anyone. But I also want to point out that that's not a decision that has to be made. That is a decision I wanted to make.
Mhm.
But there are lots of successful 6 and 7 figure earners who decide to just keep their full-time job because they can, because you can build this business, you know, on part-time hours.
Mhm.
I just didn't want to have both those things on my plate. You know, I didn't want to have that demanding career on my plate and be building this business. This business was my dream job. So I wanted to just be focused on this. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it was about 2 years when I resigned from my full-time job. I probably could have resigned from it at about maybe a year and a half, but I waited. And then my husband, he resigned from his full-time career about 6 months after I did. So we were feeling very comfortable with our income by that point. Now, of course, results are going to vary. You know, I definitely went all in from day one, and you know, so but that's my
Yeah.
story, my experience.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's the whole thing is like, you know, and I titled this How to Build a Seven-Figure Income, because I think that the key is when you get good leaders on board with you, and people who want to go after it with you, and people who already have, like, I don't want to say they already have connections, but maybe they have a good network of people that they're involved with. And this business is really about teaching. It's really about teaching people how to bring out that inner business person inside of them, and that inner CEO, you
Right.
know, and giving them the confidence to go out and do that and say, yes, this is possible if you put your mind to it. And I think the confidence and just the skepticism, all of that together makes people shy away from it.
Yeah.
But what would you say, like, is your top for any coaches or anybody in network marketing in general, if they want to go to the top, you know, and they want to make that 6 or 7 figure income, what do you think is the main thing they should focus on from day one?
Well, again, it's hard for me to speak for other network marketing companies, but I mean, I would say if I could make a general statement, I would say probably most network marketing companies, I would think, are built on relationships. I know that ours is built on relationships. And so it's not about being the most popular. It's not about being the most intelligent or the most knowledgeable or the best expert or the best looking or the best anything. It's about how you make people feel. At the end of the day, it's about how you make people feel and building those relationships. And so if someone, you know, wanted to go all in like I did, then you got to do the work, the legwork of building those relationships. So many people that do want to go all in think that there's some kind of shortcut way, and at least not in this business. There's no shortcut way. You got to be true to people. You got to really add value, and we teach you how to do that. Like I didn't know how to do that at first, and I thought, what do I have to offer? Like, I really had never thought about things that I've overcome in my life. I'd never given it any thought. It's just how my life has been. But we've all overcome so many things in our lives that we've just kind of pushed on the back burner and never gave it much thought, that so many other people would relate to those and really want to hear how we overcame those things. So going all in would mean, you know, doing the legwork to build those relationships and build a team. You know, one reason I was able to retire my position, you know, when I did, is because right from the start, I believed in this business opportunity.
Hmm.
Day one, I believed in it hard. I didn't question it. I didn't question my own ability to train other people to become a leader. I knew that I wasn't even a leader at the time, but I knew that I could teach them everything I knew, and that I would research more and I would learn more so that I could teach them. It was all about them. It wasn't about me.
Right.
It was about what other women can I empower to experience what I'm going to experience with this business. And I had no guarantee that I was ever going to be a success. But I thought, even if I'm not going to be a success, I'm going to tell someone else that maybe they could be a success. So I started building my team right away. And I knew, okay, these team members, they may end up making more than me and they may become more successful than me. Great, awesome. You have to be the type of person that believes in yourself, believes in the business that you're joining, and believes in others, and you're willing to, start building your team to help you spread that, that message, and be willing to train your team, because through your team, your business will just grow exponentially. And it's just really cool that, the people that we have on our team and what they've been able to do with their lives and how they've changed their lives and the choices they now have. And if I can be any part of that and help any coaches coming into this become successful running their own business from home and give them their lives back, I'm all in. And I have been.
Yes, you have. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate that. And if you want any information, anybody out there wants information, we run new coach trainings constantly. So you're just a click away. Just contact me. If you're watching at Janelle, you can contact her. But if you're watching from my newsfeed, you can contact me, and like I said, we're all on the same team. So we all get the same trainings, we all get the same support and encouragement, and it's great being on the top team. It's great being on the top team. You get the best.
Thank you so much, Barbara. It was such a pleasure to be on this. You're such a great leader. I'm truly honored. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And, hopefully I'll be getting some other people on our team on here too, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, you too. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.